Hello and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, as we carry on our tabletop RPG series of Warhammer Fantasy's second edition, Mordheim, City of the Damned, the City of Nuln. In the last episode, our group of adventurers had finished up their dealings in the sewers. They had returned successfully, smellier, and had some arguments with the owner of the the pickled beet, but it was resolved by bending some metal back into place. They left with their small reward in currency, but had learnt more about the city of Nuln. There are skaven in the sewers, that it is not a nice place. After claiming the rest of their reward from the watchman, they then broke up and went off and did different things, whatever they needed to do. Some of them went off and had a wash, a clean, a scrub, and spent some time thinking about their life choices and if they made the correct ones. They're still here, so obviously they have. Whereas the rest of our party did other things. One of them went to the temple, to the Gardens of Moor, and learned a secret. That being that there are giant rats within the garden. Plague rats, to be more precise, but hey ho.
Not that I know it.
Spoilers!
But the initiate of Moor did learn the location and the name of one of the scholars within the temple. Where did I put his name?
Oh, yeah,
I have no idea where I
Where
put his
did you
name.
put his name?
I put his name somewhere. I think it was Zathan. Because I was thinking of the followers of
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to murder him now.
the scribe of Zenith.
Yeah, better, because
Zenith.
she bears the name of the fucking heretic.
Not in this world. Not in this world. Different universe. And after that, she made her way back to the tavern.
How'd you spell it?
Zenith. Z-A-N. Figure it out yourself.
Okay.
No. I've probably spelt it wrong. It's Z-E-N-A-T-H.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
But after that, she made her way back to the Three Crowns, where the rest of the group were. And I believe there was some discussion between some of the members about the fact that it was true that the dwarves were actually speaking the truth. And then one of our warband members had a fairly smart idea. Kind of.
Which one?
Us? Smart ideas? Nah, that doesn't
That
sound
would be
right.
Casper.
What?
As he suggested, as it was about 7 o'clock, you had all got back and started finishing your meals, that perhaps you go looking for the person that you were looking for before, the charlatan, in the brothel district. You would all note that one of your companions is not with you at this moment. You have one more day of relaxation. Basically, you've got an extra day until Humperdinck wants you, and you guys will go off with him and do something.
Brothel run. Brothel run.
God damn it!
I
I've
mean-
never brother.
It's our last day. We might as well go for a bender.
Even the priest is into it. Let's go.
End things on a bang.
But damn it, I forgot the name of the blender person.
Well, I still need to go flower picking, but
You do
Yeah.
have all of tomorrow.
So, what
There's
is
flowers and brothels, right?
well, not the kind that she wants, I'm assuming.
There's probably a girl called Flowers in
So
I didn't mean that kind of flower picking. Thank you very much.
there.
On that note, Aurelia is not in the bar. He's not actually back yet.
So what did this guy look like then? I mean,
I described the guy in perfect accuracy.
I too would like to describe the guy.
does it just give me two different descriptions?
No,
Probably.
Do
I mean-
do I have a roll to see how off they are? I think we should. I think a D100 each would suffice, and
Oh,
we'll.
come on, I'm sure there's a skill.
I was
not
gonna say int,
not that.
maybe?
Yeah, an intelligence check.
Okay then, sure. We'll say an intelligence roll. I suppose that's a little bit fairer. I was just going to go off how close your hundreds together.
What do you think?
Yeah, fairly.
Intelligence will do.
That's...
Hey!
Hey!
5 degrees of success. Casper gives quite a good rendition of what happened and how the person was looking, and Blackhand comes in with an equally detailed description of the charlatan. For those of you who haven't seen him, you believe that you could, at the very least, get 5 degrees, so plus 50 to any tests to recognise him.
Ooh,
Ooh!
nice.
Might as well have.
beat the shit out of this guy.
We can
The
kill
extra
him.
information I gave is where I put his axe and all the hairs around it.
I pointed my axe at his groin. There was at least 33,000 pubes down there. I counted each one individually.
Just like, Jesus, Blackhand.
Mate, you're fucking disturbed.
In
You'll know
Grimnir's
him.
holy name.
You'll know him by the fact that he has a small cut around his neck where I placed my axe, just a little bit too forcefully.
He wronged me.
Almost got us arrested because he fucking got to the guard.
Well, how do we...
Oh,
So we shouldn't go to the guard with him then, is what you're saying?
no, we fucked up. Yeah.
I
So
say
how-
in a hushed tone.
So how do we want to go about it? Because me and Carla, he doesn't know our faces, but I
Well,
have a feeling he might remember you.
oh no, he definitely will. It seems he has some form of. Well, I would know it's ventriloquism, wouldn't I? Yes.
Yes, you
We would know he is capable of manipulating the masses.
Yeah,
put it that way.
yeah, he's very public speaking, and he did have a seem to throw his voice. I think actually all of us noticed that.
Yeah, he failed, didn't he?
We passed our perception tests
For
too.
what it's worth, they taught me the ways of public speaking in the temple.
Excellent. Well,
I'm
He-
not sure if I'll be quite sway the crown, but I could certainly try.
I could definitely give you a hand with that.
Well, sounds like a plan then.
I would... Well, I was going to suggest something a little bit more impactful, shall we say.
Are
Well,
you gonna put axe to his groin?
no,
No.
hammers this time.
Because I just kind of giggle, not giggle, but kind of chuckle and pretty much. Though I might kill him,
No, we
So
have to
if-
kill him. We can't kill him because we need him alive.
or I could just try to.
You can knock him out.
Yeah, I could try and tackle him to the ground, and one of you make sure he doesn't.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not so openly. When we first met him, he was down that alleyway, and it did seem he was trying to prey upon a noble woman.
I mean, we could set up at opposite ends, and he hopefully might notice you and run towards us, and that way we could.
If I could
Crap.
disguise myself a little bit more, like hide my appearance with my cloak and stuff, or maybe hide inside one of the brothels, I might be able to help you guys out that way. But maybe dressing someone up in a fancy dress, like that, might attract his attention.
I'll
I
just tag along and try to keep you guys from killing yourselves.
I
That
just
would
look.
help.
I just look at Carl and go.
No.
Well, I don't think he'll go for me in a dress. I'm sorry.
No. The answer is
Well, there's the thing. Me, Black Hand, and Aurelia are all compromised. He's going to
But-
remember us.
but I'm not a noble.
It doesn't matter. We'll just wrap nice and pretty.
It's like if Aurelia was here, I'd suggest she do it, but
Well,
off
I
with
am-
the fairies.
I
she
am
kind
a
of-
servant of more. I have more pressing matters than being
But-
pretty.
you see, Aurelia kind of had the same issue where she was very adamant about staring at him, and was kind of the one that initiated the chase.
I'll do it. Bad
Fine.
at people, though.
Fine.
Thank you,
But
Lydia.
it's gotta be a pretty dress.
Okay, we get you both dressed up. See if we can get two of them.
Boat.
And I won't be far away.
Well,
We both know I'm quite quick on my feet for who I am. If things go that way.
I should.
Time to get you all dolled up.
That's kind of an issue, though. 7 o'clock. Where the hell? Ah! We have to go to the brothel. We're going to make friends with some whores.
No.
Yes. I'm
Absolutely.
going to dress you up all nice and pretty. Just don't mind the scratchiness.
Just so long as you don't buy more for us again. That was they didn't even have good ale. Like
It didn't seem that way when you're sitting in the stall.
I thought you actually went looking for information, and the bender was just just a side thing. But apparently, you made the bender your No,
What?
no,
no,
am-
that
I
was
am- I am not dressing up in hookers' dresses. No,
No, we got a really clean one for you.
no.
Would you rather him keep kidnapping women and doing God knows what to them?
Well, we know what he does. So
I mean, as far as if I remember, he's not really kidnapping them. He's just,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
he's just
giving them a
blackmailing them,
tumble
yeah.
and blackmailing them.
Well, he is kidnapping freelance whores, apparently, or someone is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Correct.
I
So it could
suppose
be
that
him-
I suppose that changes things a bit.
It's just the nobles that are getting, blackmailed. The other ones are probably kept for, I don't know, food.
Might be killed, they might be
I'm sorry. Did you say food?
No?
I'm pretty sure you said food.
What are you talking about? No.
they might be being turned into the undead or
Like, out of
Oh, yeah,
character.
that's a jump. That's a jump.
Okay. Out of character, did you actually say food, or did I just mishear you?
No, I did say food.
I thought you said food as well.
Carlos definitely got a perception.
We're in a bar. It's about 7 minus 10.
Oh no, just subtract 10 from.
Okay,
Jesus.
yeah. You're
Yeah.
pretty sure he
You-
may have said food, but then there is food getting passed around. It is meal time. It's about
Wait,
7.
so you're thinking he's kidnapping the freelance horse and then he's eating them?
What? No.
You did just meet Skaven.
Wait.
We don't...
It was like, remember
wait,
those
What if he's
remember-
selling
those beastmen? I was gonna say, remember those beastmen we found?
Okay, this sick fuck needs to be stopped.
Okay, we're gonna get you
There
a
we
hood dress.
go.
Come on, let's
I'm
go.
not dressing up in a hooker's dress though.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not
Get you a
negotiable.
prostitute's dress. Is it
So-
different?
if you want someone to be disguised to look like a noble, you're gonna have to spend 50 gold on nobles' clothes.
Ouch.
If
Just fork me a 50 and I'll deal with it.
if you
I mean,
want to
what-
dress
how
up
many
as a
is there?
hooker or hooker-like garb, I would count that as a uniform. So that would be 15 gold.
I mean, There's 5 of us here at the moment. We can just fork over 10 each and just get that, no problem.
Yeah.
Especially because I spent all the money last time.
That's not that bad, actually. It's only half my money.
I just bought a book on lore, too. Not lore, law.
I would allow you to... Oh, well, hang on. Costume, entertainment. Oh, no. So, actually, take it back. A costume or entertainment is 5 gold. So, I would imagine that Whore's clothing would be more entertainment than uniform. So, 5 gold if you want to buy a new... a new prostitute's outfit. I would allow you to rent one from the girls at the double dragon, the triple dragon, the dragon.
I think it's just the dragon, double dragon.
I think it is just the dragon, is it? Yeah, it's
just the dragon
dragon.
in. It's just the dragon, it's not even the dragon in. It's better than the don't come in.
I hate all of you.
Medieval contraception. Pull it out in time. So
Well, it's up to you, Carla. We can either dress you up like a noble and capture him when he's trying to blackmail you, or
I mean, Livia just said that she might help out.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm not good with people though.
Yeah, you just have to stand there and look pretty.
I'm not sure
That's
I'm
fine.
good with people either.
again, I think you just have to stand there and look the part.
Am I the only one here that's good with people?
And, the ears might stand out.
Ah, but we did learn a little while ago that they're really looking for elven women. Oh, we can't dress you up as a noble then. Shit.
Yeah.
We just dress you up as the prostitute, you up as the noble. We
Oh
have both
god,
options.
that's just gonna attract everything. Like literally everything. All of the things.
Yeah. A young noble woman in the company of an elven whore. That's definitely not gonna raise questions.
Maybe that's what she's into.
I'm not saying you go there
Are you, Carla?
together.
To find out Aurelia was.
Yeah, you're not allowed gold pieces next time we go to a brothel.
You can't take my gold pieces.
I have
can't
my
handle
own
my
expenses.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have an option though.
I'm not paying for your hooking.
You know you're not. I am.
Think how grateful all the noble women are going to be
I'm like a reverse pimp.
when we kill or take care of the blackmailer. Pimp.
Carla just breaks into laughter when you say the reverse pimp thing. I'm gonna need a minute.
I think I broke it, sorry.
I think she had some disturbing news up at the garden. Don't think it took too much to break her.
See what the girls could do to break her. Let's go!
Before we set off, I have some advice for all of you.
Oh.
What we saw in the sewer, don't mention it to anyone here. Dwarves, fine. Humans, they tend to deny it at best. And from what Carla told me of the servants of Moor, there are worse things they could do. So just watch who you tell it to.
I did hear that, like a few years ago, someone was running around the streets yelling things about giant. I'm pretty sure he got burned at the stake by the witch hunters. I think, or was it just the Sigmarite?
So you'll probably be safe talking to one of us, like dwarf.
Out of character, I'm still kind of sad that nobody is going. We're in a bar, And nobody's like, what? Ratman in the sewers?
Because Ragnar knows no one would believe a dwarf saying it.
Oh god.
Let's go get you your
Right.
outfits.
Okay. So we're putting Carla in what? Dress?
A noble stress, I think.
Noble dress. Okay. And then we'll get the entertainer's costume. Entertainer in air quotes.
I'm
For,
gonna be honest. At this point, we're gonna make a loss on these quests.
I've already made a loss, so. But think how grateful the noble women will be when we kill that or turn in that blackmailer.
We have already lost on these quests.
Yeah, we started losing a little while ago.
I mean,
It's called dignity.
okay, no, I was gonna say that strictly speaking, you're making a loss. I made a
Oh,
profit.
that's fine.
Yeah, no, the dignity part, I suppose.
You did buy a book, remember, that cost a lot of money. Those books are very expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So yeah, we're already making a loss. Let's go.
But then
Loom
again,
some
that was
more.
not exactly related to one of our endeavors.
Kinda was. When you really think about it, isn't everything we do just related to our endeavors?
I suppose.
Now, let's go sort out this guy so I don't have to wait another couple of days before I can eat. Let's go!
What?
Don't worry about it, let's go!
Why would you not eat until we...
Let's go!
Are you one of those weird people
Jasper's
who take
walking
weird
towards the door.
vows and...
Ragnar just finishes everyone's drinks off of the table and then walks
No.
out.
Lydia
finished
starts pushing Carla out the door.
Was he always like this?
No.
Wait, would you mean no?
It's a recent development.
Don't question it. She's weird.
Should I be worried?
No,
I
everything
don't
is
know,
fine.
should you?
Did he? Oh, he's still shell shocked from the boat.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
let's go for that.
Yeah. You-
Just don't mind the man in the boat that didn't have... Yeah, no, I'll not
Who's
face that.
Slanesh farted all over her.
Oh, terrible.
As you exit the Three Crowns, you'll see that there's a lot more people coming and going. The night has just begun for those who prefer the night to sell their wares and to sell their services. You do notice that up the road, a decent way. We're talking past C7, so going towards the X3 gate. I can't remember what the gate's name is. There's a group of about 6 or 7 sewer jacks making their way down. You can see that one of them holds a lantern on a rod, and the others appear to have lanterns attached to their belts, and they're making their way up to perform their nightly rounds.
Are any of them dwarves or are they all humans?
No, they're all humans.
Ragnar just keeps on walking. He's not going to warn them that they might be slightly pissed tonight.
But apart from that, all seems well. The citizens of Nullen do not seem to have any clue about what is going on underneath their footsteps, not tread. As you make your way over to the Dragon Inn, you would see that the bouncers are there as usual. They've already opened the door, just closed the doors for some clients to enter, and as they see you approach and see that you're making your way up the stairs, they open the doors for all of you as you all enter. They do give a bit of a look to the initiate of Moore, who's with you, but they don't seem to say anything.
He hasn't taken any vows yet. Don't worry.
One last night on the town.
Hi, Jim.
Oh, excellent. Perfect timing. So as the group As the group
Oh.
enter
Oh.
the Dragon Inn, you very quickly see that, or Carla, you very quickly see that a number of girls turn round and, upon seeing your group, wave and immediately begin kind of making themselves seem available. Some of them are getting drinks, others are cleaning up a table, just moving stuff out of the way. Can you all give me a perception test? Everyone's going to be at a -10, not Lily Aurelia. You don't need to do this. For Carla, though, you were at a -20.
Then take another 10 off of. Yeah, no.
Sure. So,
Why
Carla,
are
there's
they
just too much.
circling us?
Do I have to take the
Is that
-10?
normal?
Oh shit!
Yes,
Oh, damn!
you would take the -10 just because there's a your attention's been drawn away as girls are waving towards your group, and so
Even though it
Casper-
has a priestess of more in it.
They
Yes, that'd
do-
be appropriate scene.
they do well. They're waving at individuals in the group who they've spent time with, which is a number of the group. So they aren't exactly waving at you, Carla, but your still attention is taken away. Casper is the only one who notices that in the corner sits Aurelia with the girl that she was with last time.
You needed that many successes to see that? Jesus.
You also, because you have got roll me a 1d. No, it's not that important. Let's say it's a critical. So as you look through the dragon, Casper, you notice Aurelia is sat in a corner with the girl that she was with last time. You also notice that there are a couple more gentlemen who are in the establishment who are sat off in corners. They don't seem too recognisable or nothing too crazy going on there. But there are another couple who are sat in the corner, much further at the back, trying to really stay out of the limelight. But they're normally dressed. They seem to be well dressed. They're not, by any means, they're not merchants. They're a little bit higher class than that. And every time a lady goes over there, they're shown off. Their no interest is shown, except from to ask for a drink or for something to be brought over to the table. Seems a little peculiar. And so, Aurelia, as you're sat with Tiffany, you're having a drink and getting some information off of her. You notice that the rest of your party enter.
Sorry, could you repeat that last part? It cut out for me. Also, I just realized both my characters have a lady friend called Tiffany.
Oh god, no.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. What the fuck? Yes.
This is true. This is true. I did drop the ball on that name. For some reason that week I was
Sounds
just
like
like
some
Tiffany.
fourth-dimensional warp fuckery to me.
I honestly didn't mean to name them both the same, but for some reason that name's resonating with me at the moment.
Hey, I like Tiffany.
A lot of Ceres's as well. That's something you'll notice.
Also, a lot of sevens, I do believe.
They all turn out to be Nurgle's apprentices.
They all are actually just number 7 in the rest of the people.
There are 3 number 7s in a trench coat.
But did I get anything from Tiffany, or did I just spend the night enjoying her company?
No, it's only about 7 o'clock now. Maybe half 7. Yeah, maybe half 7. So not that much time has passed. But I imagine that you came here a little bit earlier to, get some information out of her. If there's anything that you want,
Information, that's what we're calling it now.
if there's anything that you want to ask, by all means you can. But there wouldn't be anything new that she would just bring up.
No, it's alright, it's alright. I'm just small talking, just
It's only been like a day.
Asking questions, like the kids say these days.
It's only been like a day. You were here like yesterday.
True.
It feels like ages.
It certainly does. But apparently the group likes the dragon. What can I say? Yeah, it was the 4th that you went to. It was the 4th that you went to the brothel, and it's the 5th today, and you've gone back to the brothel.
If I see my group, I'm just gonna look at them, give a nod to not acknowledge them, and just keep talking to Tiffany.
I will be back in a minute.
I'm just going to be making sure Casper doesn't start paying everyone a gold coin this time.
I mean, it's his money.
Yeah.
It is his money.
Yeah, but it's your genitals. He didn't sleep with anyone.
Yeah.
People probably don't like cold meat.
He's just trying to bribe us, so we don't snitch on him when he kills people.
We don't snitch on him to the priestess of Mor. Yeah. So I guess we should find one of these fine ladies who will lend you a dress.
It's the one there that I had last time.
Yes.
The
yes.
one I spoke to.
Yes, she would have seen you come in and she would have waved at you.
I'm sorry. A dress? What's going on?
A mad fucking scheme.
Don't
Oh, are you guys gonna dress Ragnar in a lady's clothes? Is that it?
Yes, that's exactly.
There was this plan before, wasn't there? Or was it Black Hand? I don't
For the
remember.
record, it was Black Hand, not Ragnar, that you wanted to dress up.
Yeah, you try to dress me up and you'll lose a hand.
By all means, you can all dress up if you want.
And yes, that's a threat. And the statement.
There's nothing wrong with wearing a dress. It's called a kilt in Scotland.
Exactly. Ragnar's still going to cut off your hand if you try to make him force him to wear one.
Yeah, I'll just watch them from afar. I want to see what's gonna go down because he rather doesn't know.
Yeah, you'd see Livia walk up to the woman, sit down again with her.
Sure, yeah. You go over and you sit with her as she's cleared a table. She sits with you and there's a bit of chit chat between the two of you before. So how can I service you today? Did you want the same as last night, or did you want something to eat or drink?
A drink for now, but I do have another request.
Oh, I'm sure we can sort out any request that you might make.
How much was the drink again?
So the drink, I believe, here is 2 silvers. I know it's more expensive than the inn.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 2 silvers. But because Casper was throwing gold down last
2
time.
silvers and 1 gold coin on the table. And say, this is to buy your silence about this.
She cocks an eyebrow and kind of crosses her arms, bringing her arm up and like pouting a little bit. And oh, and what might the silence be about?
I'm going to need a dress, one that fits me. From one of your girls.
I think I understand.
But I just need it for an evening. You can have it back after that.
Well, your party has spent a lot with us. Very well. She places her hand down on the silver and on the gold coin, taking them up very sleight of hand, like. Well, I won't ask any more questions. I think I know your sizes. I'll get a couple of dresses out and I'll come and get you and you can try them on, I suppose, and see which one is the best, closest fit.
Okay, yeah.
So she gets up, goes over to the bar, tells the barman to bring you over a drink, and then she goes upstairs. She'll be upstairs for about 10-15 minutes, pulling out different dresses and different attire to go with it. And after that, she comes down and takes you up to one of the rooms where the dresses are arrayed, and you have a little dressing, a little dressing moment where you're trying on different dresses and seeing which one fits you properly. And because your elven physique is different compared to medieval ladylike physique, so a bit difficult getting one quite as slender as what you would want, but eventually you do find one. And by all means, bring it back in a day or so. It's like there's no massive rush to, as long as it comes back in one piece.
No worries, you'll have it back. It should be in good condition.
And preferably no stains. We do our best. And you, if you wish, you can make your way back down into the brothel in your new rented dress. I mean, I suppose that's what you'd have to. You can take it off and go and get changed back at the 3 Crowns if you want. I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna change back into the normal clothes and, just bring the dress with me to
Sure.
change later.
I'll leave it down to you how you want to write that in your inventory. So about 25 minutes or so has passed since your group has entered. You've seen, some of you would have noticed that Livia has gone off upstairs. Did anyone else want to ask to borrow anything?
So what did you all do?
Livia has a nice dress.
Oh,
Nice revealing dress.
Yes.
Ragnar just kind of leans over to Kara and say,
More like
Looks
I
like-
lean over.
"Oof, oof." Just says,
Remember who's the tall one here.
"Now, one
everyone's
down.
tall when you're on a suit. Oh, when you're on a stool.
Time for you to get your attire."
If you're gonna suggest to get it here, I'm sending you to the Temple of Shalia with a black eye.
Why would I go to the Temple of Shalia? And Ragnar kind of catches himself before he says something very stupid about denying your gods.
Indeed, you have a perfectly good healer right here.
Yeah, it's like,
Acolyte of more.
yeah, Livia's shown herself to be more than capable.
As it happens, I know some of the healing ways myself.
It's a bit counterproductive since your god's all about death.
Look, Moore
Maybe that's it.
can't admit everyone at once.
You can try.
Yes, but do you know how messy and the paperwork that looks?
Then why does he have such a thing against necromancers? Surely he's there just slowing down the list.
No, you don't understand. The whole reason why Moore hates necromancers is because by the act of raising the dead, you are ripping the souls of the dead who rightfully belong in Moore's care out of the realm of Moore, where their souls are A, vulnerable, and B, are being stolen directly from Moore himself. So you must understand that there's both a compassionate aspect to it, as a very much pragmatic revenge for the fact that you are stealing those who were entrusted into Moore's care.
It's because he has to fluff the books afterwards.
I stare daggers at Casper.
You brought up the accounting thing, right? If you excuse me, I want to try and listen in on something. And I will try and listen in on that little couple I saw. I kept turning people away.
Okay, sure. So how would you like to do that? There are a number of ways that you can, at the moment I imagine that you are sat with a group of at least, Carla, Ragnar, Blackhand, and yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a number of tables near that area that appear to be empty.
Could I use keen senses to increase the range, I can hear a little bit? Just so I have to be right up against the wall beside them or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they've purposely tried to make sure that they're in the corner. Your group just sat at a table. I imagine your group's kind of sat closer to the bar area because Carla's kind of new. So there's at least something like 15 meters, 7 meters. It's probably about 15 meters between where you are and the row of seats that go up the side of the room, like the American style. What are those called? American style diners. Yeah, the little box areas that they sit in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've got kind of that system going on. So you can have two people sat either side, a little bit snugger. They're sat there in one of those boxes. You're sat at a table. So it would be a stretch for you to try and extend your senses that far. But you could get closer to them,
especially in a bar. So
yeah. I would say that there's a -10 on listening into people anyway, just because of the music, the people talking, drinks being drunk, girls laughing. You could get closer, and then that would be possible. What does your senses do exactly? Just so that I...
it's keen senses. It literally is just keen senses. It's just plus 20% to ballistic test, perception test. It's to sight, sound, and
yeah, you with keen senses you probably could, because you're getting a plus 20. It's -10 for just overhearing things as it is in here. Because of the distance, I'd apply another -10. So you could do it.
Okay.
I would also take, if anyone has it, lip reading, to be able to do it from a distance, or again try and get closer.
I'll make a little bit of a show as I just stand up and I kind of grab Carla by the shoulder and motion to her come talk to me at a separate table, and actually using her staring daggers at me for a good cause. No? So try to make it look as if I'm kind of standing up and okay, come talk to me over here because something's been wrong here. Try to move a little bit closer.
Yeah, no, you'd be able to do that.
Carla will approach.
Sit her down and kind of just whisper like, okay, pretend I'm talking to you. Just nod and okay, and yada yada yada. Make faces, do all this stuff. I'm trying to listen to the guys behind us.
Oh, okay. So, what's all this about food?
Okay, I said pretend to talk, not actually talk. Okay. I will show you later if you keep asking questions.
I would say you
That's your
remove the negatives from your. You've got close enough, so you'd roll it with your plus 20. Sorry. Yes, you'd roll it with your plus 20.
Should I be worried?
Probably not,
Okay.
since I passed.
Okay. So, you hear the two individuals in the corner, and you make out some of their conversation. They're not. You're listening for about 5-10 minutes as you and Carla fake your conversation.
Except Carla's not faking.
She's actually confused.
You would hear well, the Marquis did request that more could be done. Well, there's only so much we can really do without getting attention brought upon ourselves. Well, yes, but the Marquis, he does pay rather well. We should do more for him, do you not think? I'll speak to them. I'll see if they can do more, but it may bring more heat down upon us. Can you pay off the guards? I will see. I will have to speak to the Marquis personally about that, but it is possible, yes. And then it's interspersed with other more mundane conversation.
Mention more a lot.
What?
Sorry.
You're not making much sense as of late, Casper. Is everything okay?
Okay. We need to find information on someone called Marquis. The guys behind us are planning something, and they're planning to tip
You're
off
not
the
listening
guards.
to me, are you?
No, I am listening to you. Just in between my own thoughts.
He's listening to you, he just doesn't care about what you're saying.
I'm listening to you, but I'm just not listening to the words you say. I'm listening to the noises. So like that. I'm sorry. I will explain more another time, especially about the food thing. But these guys seem to be planning something, and maybe it can get us a little bit more cash, so I can just, spend it here.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Now, I need you to do me a favor. Make a scene. Slap me in the face.
She slaps him in the face.
Okay, now storm off.
Okay. And she's gonna slap him in the face and loudly proclaim, "I never want to see you again, understand?" And she's gonna storm off outside.
Jasper will actually rub his cheek and lean back and shake his head and
You've been struck by the power of more.
go over to Aurelia.
Casper?
Okay, real quick.
I didn't.
You do me a favor. Hello
I
again.
didn't.
Real quick. Right, Liliara. Shit. Guys behind me, I need you to keep an eye on them. Planning something. Hush, hush. If they leave, I need you to follow them.
Uriel's gonna raise a single eyebrow. Oh, so it wasn't a date in a brothel, which is an awful idea. Okay, I'll keep an eye.
Oh no, I know from experience. Okay, don't worry. I tap her on the shoulder and walk off. Back to Ragnar.
Brian's just gonna look back at Tiffany and go,
Are you? I take it she didn't take the news of what you like to eat well?
Oh no, she's mortified.
Like, I don't understand that if she learned about it, that would be a very different scene.
Well, she didn't kill you.
No, that's a good sign. Right, now let's get you shit faced and get you girl.
No,
Yes.
not again.
God damn it, Court.
Mortified.
I just turned to any girls around and was like, if he gives you a gold coin for me, actually service him, not me.
I'll give you 2 gold coins if you ignore what he says.
They look at you, Ragnar.
I'll give you 3 if you do what I say.
They look at you, Geddy.
I will be your lawyer in court.
They
And
pout.
5 gold coins.
They smile. They look at you, Ragnar.
I'll give you 6.
Back to you, Casper.
Don't listen to him, he makes chastity belts.
What? I make arms and armor. Not.
Chastity belts.
I don't know what the dwarves here in Nullen do.
Why do you think he was so disinterested last time? You forgot this key at home.
I think.
Hang on, didn't one of the girls go with Ragnar? So one of the girls
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say.
steps up, is like, that's not
I was
true.
about to say. I think she can attest for that one.
Oh god. I actually forgot you did that actually did happen.
you forgot you paid it for him.
Yeah.
Oh! But initially you just wanted to just, sit in the corner and do sort of thing and you just drink. I forgot that was the actual thing that happened.
Yep. It was a thing that happened apparently.
Yes.
Yes, it was. So they
Basically, I'm
after this
getting
they
you
kind
back
of
this
giggle,
time.
and some of the girls disperse, clearly seeing that this is kind of something that's not going to go well. If someone does pay out, they're going to feel bad because it's going to get to such a sum where it's like, oh wow, I feel kind of bad now.
It's like, okay, we're just taking advantage of the stupid now.
Yeah, it's like, wow, we've just taken like 75 gold to do nothing. It's like,
Just sit there and listen to him talk.
If-
Nothing else.
If they start to walk off, I will give them a gold for their troubles.
There's a number
I'm
of them.
sorry about that. I will give them a total of 3 gold to share between them.
Fair enough. No, they take they each
I just
take a gold coin.
apologize.
You guys keep tossing gold at these women.
It's better than the other things that could be tossed.
I somehow feel that said women are okay with that fact.
Yeah. We're
Honestly,
not
at
tossing our
this-
dwarves.
They might become our camp followers.
It's a real good way to get loyalty. I know it sounds bad, but in these times when someone's being nice to you and giving you money, you're like, hey, these people are nice.
It's just medieval Twitch chat.
It's once the beatings start, that's when the cookie crumbles.
Medieval Twitch chat.
Oh dear lord, that would be horrific.
Oh god.
So you all spend some time in the brothel doing brothely things. How much time
You
would you
guys
like?
not to get drunk.
How long would you like to watch these 2 individuals for, Casper?
I mean, I don't think I can actually head out with them to go search for this guy without being detected. So I'm thinking I might just fall back for now, especially because I can trust Ragnar to catch up with him.
Okay.
Trust me to catch up with who? Which one, sorry?
The human dude.
Oh, dude from last time.
Yes, the charlatan.
Yeah.
So how long
mean-
would you watch? So just for reference, one of the individuals, as you kind of go over to Aurelia, you're able to look back and you can see one of the individuals who was talking has. Let me just double check. Has golden hair, I believe. No, that's. Is it? No, it's not Nolan Jobs. Did I not save it? No, I did save it. Where are the names? Is it more names? It's more names. One of the individuals has golden hair, and the other one has a. Oh no, he wouldn't have a cloak on. That'd be really shady. He has a bald head and deep, sunken eyes.
Okay. Well, you're saying he's not wearing a cloak because that'd be shitty. I'm literally wearing a cloak and a hood and everything else. Just not all up at the moment, just like because it's nighttime.
Just to confirm, neither of these guys are the charlatan, correct?
Yeah, no, they're not the charlatan.
I think one's a dwarf.
No, he just has a Scottish accent.
God damn it!
One's
Why is every
Bretonia.
bloody Scotsman a?
It's because every Scottish accent that I do is always normally a dwarf. So I was like, which
Right.
accents shall I do? And I was like, well, let's do dwarven. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, we'd rather out the place if you started doing.
Hey, laddie, do you want to start a warband?
Oh, should we? I just before you head over to Aurelia, so I don't actually call you the wrong one. I just asked, should we head off now that Livia's ready then, and you seems like you have stuff you want to do here.
I'm sorry, Livy's ready for what now?
I imagine that as this all is playing out, Carla's just kind of standing outside, like tapping her foot, like, are they gonna come out?
Yeah, I thought you were sat in there round the table, just like sitting awkwardly. Like, why do all these women just know them all so well?
I mean,
I think Carla is pretty much sure that this is one of the places they anchored during the bender.
This is the only place we went to during the bender, to be honest.
Exactly.
Also, the thing is, you do have to remember, the only thing Aurelia knows so far is that Casper went to talk to Aurelia and said, keep an eye on those two dudes. And she was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I slapped Casper in the face.
I didn't tell you to storm out, though. You just stormed out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you slapped him in the face and then stormed out. Then he came to talk to me, and I was like, okay.
I should have actually rolled damage. I should have rolled the attack.
Do it and see if it hurts.
Ulrich's Fury.
I don't actually have the profile for unarmed though.
It's -3 strength. No, sorry, -4 improvised.
-4, so I'm just gonna roll a dagger.
Oh,
Because it's
actually, you
-3.
can own. I think. No, yeah, it's improvised, so it's -4.
Does it count as sanctified because they're a cultist of more?
I still
No.
hit him, but like I grazed him.
Yeah.
Like narratively, I think we can all agree it was still a hit.
Yeah.
It was a hit, it just didn't do.
Well,
Anything at
you
all.
didn't add on the bonuses, you know. So he was stationary,
Yeah,
letting
exactly.
you hit him.
Yeah,
It's-
he was defenseless and all.
Yeah, you know, +60, so you know you slap. Although you
still
wouldn't-
need to roll the damage.
You wouldn't
Oh,
do
yeah.
you wouldn't do any damage anyway.
You actually wouldn't.
We need to do this for academic purposes, okay?
This is where you do
One
actually get a
D10
righteous
-1.
fury. It's like,
This
oh
is-
dear.
Nope.
6.
What's your toughness on your head?
My toughness is 50.
Isn't there meant to be a -3 to that? So it's 3. So,
It should.
-4.
It already includes -4.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see it in the.
At least it
Multiplications.
should.
It probably does. Then that's what the thingy-majubers for. I don't know. Those rolls always confuse me so much.
Wait, no.
No,
For
it's
whatever
still-
reason,
it
it
must-
added
It
3
doesn't.
instead of removing
Yeah.
3.
Did you
Did it?
put a -3?
I
in
did.
the-
I did put a -3.
It's weird.
I don't fucking understand.
I mean, with the -3, you literally do 0 damage.
It's not like this matters at all.
Yeah.
So
So but let me get this ordered out correctly. So Carla, Ragnar, and Livia are gonna go off to look for the charlatan. Livia's going to get dressed up. Blackhand, Caspar, and Aurelia are going to stay in the brothel and watch over the 2 guys in the brothel. Is that correct?
I
Sounds about
didn't.
right.
I didn't actually say anything to Blackhand because I was mainly just asking Aurelia because she's the one that can actually shadow people quite well. I can't.
No, I mean staying in the brothel, because you 3 have been recognised by the charlatan. So,
well, I'm sure Blackhand probably wants to go anyway,
or Blackhand, do you want to go
What do you
with
think,
the
Albert?
group going after the charlatan?
I would probably be more inclined to follow the group with Charlotte.
Okay then, fair enough. So it's a group of 4 and a group of 2. So,
Well, Ragnar sees you following and just says, at least make sure you're not seen. I think he's going to remember the person who held an axe to his everything.
An axe to his head down below.
it is at this point, my fellow dwarves, I would like to remind you that we still need to get my outfit.
Shit. Go get some.
I don't think he's gonna go for an initiate.
Good point. Blackhand, go get some money from our illustrious guest in there so we can spread the cost.
Wait, did
any
you,
of
did
you-
you seriously just ask Blackhand to go mug a bitch?
Wait, what?
What?
All I heard was take the money from the group. No, what?
Yes,
When did you look at someone?
Would I need to
don't
ask
know.
for money?
Well, it's 50 gold and I don't have 50 gold. I didn't mean fuck someone. Jesus.
Carl just really doesn't like the brothel.
No, it just you said like our illustrious guest, and then I was like, damn, they want an alpha fool.
I mean, it was Casper's idea to split the money anyway. So yeah, he would definitely hand money up if Albie did come in to ask for it. But if he's coming in to mug someone, he's got to stop him.
So I will point out, it is probably too late to go buying noble clothes.
Shit, yeah, it is. Isn't it?
It's probably 7:45 now, something like that.
You could rob some.
You could. I'm sure there are some noble women. I don't know if the clothing would fit, but you
Okay,
might get lucky.
so we are going with a mugging plan. Except we're mugging some. This is getting worse.
It's
worse.
okay. It's okay. Note to selves: buy a dress if this fails. Figuring that you can't buy a dress at this hour, and Carla refusing to wear a prostitute's hand-me-downs, you decide that okay, we'll go as a group and we'll watch out and we'll just have Livia act as our decoy. So
Black hands stay firmly out of view.
So
I say
He wouldn't catch up to you
indeed
anyway.
out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind.
So you all head to the brothel district.
Are we
All
already
done.
in the brothel district?
With the front of the brothel district.
You
You're in
guys seem
the-
to end up here a lot.
You're in the
Listen,
main
We have very
street.
particular hobbies.
Whereas now you're on the back
Sorry.
alleys. Now you're going down to C20. You're going through all the back alleys and the dingier parts of the brothel district. So please place yourselves on the map wherever you would like to be, keeping in mind where people are coming from, where they're going. The north end of the map is where you guys have come in from, because you have come from the main street down into the brothel, and the southern end is where they're coming up from the
Wait, shit,
new
did we pass the gate at any point?
No, you didn't.
Okay. I was worried a bit there.
No, this area is all within one gate. All within the gate system that you're in. You don't cross any gates or bridges. So, as you make your way into the brothel district, you go off the main road and enter down into the side alleys like you were told to by the rest of your crew. You head down and you can see that tonight it does seem to be fairly bustling. Women applying their trade, and you see the occasional man as well. As you work further and further towards Madame Boucher's C20 for easier reference, the brothel that you heard was employing more gigolos than the other brothels around. They were specialising in a way. You make your way further down. I imagine the group told you that it was near C20 where they met the charlatan. So it would be at this point where we enter the map, and you can see that there are a lot more male gigolos who are bringing in women into a certain brothel. If you'd like to position yourselves how you want to be waiting in the group, you can see immediately closest to you there is a peasant who is currently asking for alms. He has a small wooden bowl by his feet. Doesn't appear to be anything wrong with him, but he's sat slumped up against a wall.
Does he look like the person we were described?
No.
Ragnar probably just drops a few pennies in.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
No worries. It's not easy being hard on your luck.
Jesus.
This building here is the one that appears to have all the gigolos in. Even though they all look like women, they are men. Maybe.
Limited token range, okay? We're on a tight budget.
It's a trap.
We have a budget?
I mean, we had a budget, but you hoarded it all away.
It's just because, amazingly, Roll20 doesn't have that many prostitute tokens. Like, it wasn't a financial thing, it was a token thing.
What?
I know.
Shocking.
Although they do have a slave one, which had a disgusting amount of white people in it, which I was shocked at. Just utterly shocked.
That never happens. What are you talking about?
No, there were an awful lot of elves. That's a kind of shocking thing when it's like, why are half these tokens elves?
Elves make good slaves, don't you know?
Yeah, they last forever.
Elves can fill many important roles in a group.
Yeah, and then you know,
They
if
last
they
forever.
if they
Many holes to
dedicate
fill, too.
themselves to becoming master slaves, they can technically live forever. It's like they want to master being a slave.
I love that. They last forever. It's brilliant.
No artificial preservatives used, you know.
Oh.
We're terrible people.
Where would you all clump yourselves up at the north end, or would you disperse yourselves around the area slightly, or how would you?
Ragnar would.
This, I put my meter to indicate that I was hiding behind the corner.
Yeah, that's off the map. You can't place yourself off the map and say I'm hiding round a corner. You can stand there and blend in, or stand in. You know, that's cool. But if you're off the map, it's difficult for you to re-click on your token.
As a footnote, Carla would wear just her nondescript black robe as opposed to her priestly robe.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Ragnar's trying to separate himself from the group, partly because he knows that a face that the guy will recognize is with them. So try and make it look like he's not part of the group.
Disperse. Talk to the hordes.
Delta
Actually,
split.
I do have an idea.
She thinks.
Livia, in her clothes, is going to tap Ragnar on the top of the head. Be like, you know what would be really convincing? If you were kind of my bodyguard, and I was owned, the ring were unknown.
That works, yes.
God damn, what high times. Even hookers have bodyguards now.
And trust me, if we ever speak of this again, after this, you will wake up shaven.
You really want PvP, huh?
Oh, jeez, that's more than the beards too.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
One day, dwarven historians will ask, how did the Second War of the Beard started? Well, there was an elven hooker involved.
Once upon a time, there was an elven whore.
Once upon a time in the red light district of Nuln.
I'd rather not
Still better
speak
than
of
the
how
other.
I'm being a bodyguard for an elf, so I don't think you need to worry about that.
That's actually going to be one of the strangest things because usually dwarves don't sell wares or services to elves.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
They have to sell things to humans to sell to the elves.
Yes, but if she's owned, then he's probably, sent off by a master.
Economic warfare.
Yeah. Yeah.
See. Dibs
Don't
on
like
being
it
the
any-
owner.
God damn it.
Also, if that's fine, Carla would just make her way to here. As
Yep,
they're
sure.
discussing this.
Yeah, no, you can do that.
I just take up position by Livia as a bodyguard, keeping an eye out. And letting her lead the way, I guess.
Okay, so you position yourselves however you'd like to get business, basically, to look at the individuals as they come and go. So how long would you spend here? How long would you spend just watching people come and go? Let's say it's 8 o'clock now.
I'm going to stay as long as Livia is here for. But that's kind of on her. But I suggest we stay a while because we don't know when the guy might turn up. Or if he will turn up.
A few hours, I guess.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, a few
standing there
hours.
trying to look like she belongs here.
Fair enough. So you spend a couple of hours as people come and go. Can you all give me a perception test for the first hour? There would be you're spending an hour, so a plus 20. Blackhand, this does apply to you as well.
Ooh,
Just
Ooh,
pick-
a single digit. Oh, no. Holy sh... 104!
How do you get 104?
84! Plus 20.
How do you have a perception of 84?
I have 81.
Because I'm an intelligent boy.
Intelligence does not equal perception.
Also
I think
got
it does, doesn't it?
It does.
In
Oh,
this
wait,
game,
it does.
intelligence
Oh
is
my
perception.
god.
The thing is, I was really happy when I heard we might be getting a plus 50 earlier, because I was like, I could have so many levels of success.
Jesus Christ, that's shit.
So
Isn't
as
that
you
at the
all
point of just give me the info?
natural hundreds.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
I
can
only
still
get
fail with a
percentiles.
natural 100.
I only get percentile chance for fun things to happen, but sometimes I get it. So as you stand and you watch and you keep an eye out, Carla, you're kind of taken aback a bit by the number of women that you see going into to Madame Bouquet's or whatever it's called, and just a number of women in general who are selling themselves. And you see that there are a number of clientele coming and going.
And going and coming.
A number of the girls are going in and out of small rental rooms and seem to be on a never-ending cycle. But you do notice that a few men come wandering down and take note of Livia, Ragnar, Livia, and Blackhand. As you're all watching, again, you see everything that Carla saw, but you take note of other details, not clinging to the minutiae of the trade going on around you. And as you look around, Ragnar and Livia, you would notice that there are a couple of men approaching you who have definitely taken notice. A couple of them do eye you up and down, Livia, but they don't stop to talk. They just make their way on by. However, you do all notice, except from Carla, the other side this time, that a noble woman, or at least a woman who's definitely out of place. She seems very timid. She has a merchant's class clothing and robe on. But the way that she holds herself and looks around, and she definitely seems to be well standing, and doesn't appear as if she should be here. But she stands and kind of to and fro's from around Miss Bovier's, or whatever we called it, C20's male gigolo brothel.
I just lean over to Livia and say, "You notice her?"
She doesn't seem like she belongs here. Seems.
Do her.
Do it. Right on the street, huh? Not even bothering with a room. You savage.
Well,
So, as some time passes, you keep an eye on this new individual who's come through. About half an hour has passed. You have been on site for an hour. Can you all give me another perception test, again with a plus 20?
For a second, I thought that was a cave, and I'm like, I knew they were everywhere.
Does excellent vision give me a plus 10
Yes.
as well?
I did not do that well. I didn't do well that time.
You have to remember your excellent vision is kind of hindered in this case.
Yeah, but Nuffle provides. Nuffle provides. So yeah, your bonus always applies, but because of your negative, it cancels out. But you are all able to notice that as you're looking down the street, and you can see the woman who's out of place kind of fapping around, going from looking into the windows and then going back and then wandering up and wandering back. And no, not that term for fapping, a different term. You all pick up on an individual who seems to be skulking at the bottom of the road. He doesn't make himself known exactly, but he leans up against the wall and kind of peers round and looks up and down the road. After a moment or two of you all watching him and seeing that he's there, he does come out and Finn, don't. Sorry, for some reason he wouldn't let me. There we go. He does make himself known and wanders up and walks past the woman, looking into the brothel. As he gets up and looks in the brothel, you all have more than long enough to take note of his facial features. This is clearly the charlatan, from what your comrades told you about him. The way that he holds himself, the way that he dresses, quite dashing, roguish-like in his dress. He doesn't seem to do anything out of the ordinary, though. He does go up and speaks to one of the prostitutes working on the road. You can easily overhear the conversation. It's nothing of particular. He asks how much she's charging, if business has been good, has she been busy, and then makes his way off. Or just standing and taking a look around himself.
I just nudge Livia and say, do you want to try and ply your craft with him? Might help us get
He
closer.
whispers. Well, I'm not good with people, but I suppose.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment to talk about Lord and Savior Moore?
Cool. If he just walks up, fails the charm test. Oi, Governor, how's you doing?
Oi, Governor,
What bit for a quickie?
Oh, my
By the way,
lord.
did we refresh fate? I can't remember.
Nope, you haven't slept.
No, it's sleep on it.
Oh, okay.
After 10 minutes or so of looking around, he lights a cigarette of some type. Normally it's more common to see people smoke pipes in this day and age, but he appears to have made himself some rolled cigarette, and he approaches Livia quite brazenly. Excuse me, miss, you're not working on these streets, are you?
Well, my master sent me here.
Oh no,
Try
now
and
that can't be. Surely not. He looks down at the dwarf by your side. Is this so? Is she really for hire?
As true as she tells it. I'm just here to make sure no one tries to steal her away.
I see. No, that's fair enough. So who handles the business? Who takes responsibility for the goods? He looks at Livia. There's a vicious look in his eye now. Before he was trying to be more charming as he came up and more princely and dashing and roguish like, but once he hears that you have a master and there's a deal to be done, there's definitely a vicious look and what's the word for it? He kind of gives off an aura as the conversation changes.
Yeah. This isn't gonna go well for one of us at this point.
I don't need weapons.
Oh, the lady.
Are you saying that to him?
I was gonna
No.
say, like, what?
That was out of character.
Oh. I think most ladies round here are in charge of their own business, sir. I just make sure you don't take property away.
So, out of interest, I have a client myself who would be most interested in a specimen, such as the one that you are providing. Your master, is he open to negotiations? Can this debt be passed on?
I don't see why not.
I
Olivia would pout and be like, I'm quite fond of my master.
Well, nobody asked for your opinion.
He gives you a side glance, but nothing more than that. So, Ragnar.
Mm-hmm. Well, this isn't going to go well because
He turns to you and he kind of leans down slightly to kind of shield you from Livia, so you're kind of having a more secretive conversation. And you feel. Can you give me, actually? Oh, I've just forgotten what the opposed skill is. So for charm, it's wisdom, isn't it?
There is no wisdom in this system.
And it'd be willpower for wisdom.
willpower.
Think?
I know it's opposed. I'm on this. No, I'm on trades.
I can resist with willpower. Is resistance to magic coming into this?
No, this is a straight up charm. So there is a penalty. So no, if you just roll it flat, and I'll. No, actually, remove minus 20 to your willpower test.
This is not going to end well for me. Oof. I'm gonna.
So you're feeling. You're feeling like this individual is definitely dapper. He's definitely trying to get in and get on your good side. And as he puts his arm, not around you like a hug, but he doesn't touch you, but he does kind of put his arm round. So here's the thing. My master, my client, Morv, he would be most interested in purchasing your master's merchandise. Although I can't, and I'm sure you can't accept deals on his behalf, perhaps you wouldn't mind meeting up at a later date, either with your master or with an amount from your master. Say if he wants 100 gold for her, I'm sure my client would be willing to pay if you need an idea of price.
That's. I think we can arrange something like that. Our master, he prefers to do his business during the day. Would that be an issue for you, or?
No, that wouldn't be a problem. I tell you what, it would probably be best if we had somewhere where we could meet up at the very least. So, what if we said... Oh, no, that is right. What if we said the Blind Pig? 3 days' time?
The Blind Pig in 3 days' time. Sounds good to me.
Out of character, we don't have 3 days.
No, in 3 days' time.
Yeah, so we might hopefully be finished in 3 days.
Yeah, assuming we don't leave Null by that time.
Oh no, you're not leaving Null. Not for a while.
We just got a job in a day's time.
I did the stupid.
No, that's fine.
No, it's called the City of Nolan.
I was worrying about the same thing, but I think
it'd be 2 days after your job. Or
Why during the day though? God damn it!
Why? You got a problem with that?
I suggested the day because I was hoping like tomorrow. 3 days time at the Blind Pig, you say?
yeah, that sounds about right. It'll give me time to get to my client and inform him, and I'm sure he'll want to make preparations for such a acquisition. He kind of, at this point, he looks over at you, Livia, and there's just a wicked smile on his face.
Oh, shall we make it a dinner arrangement, and that way our two masters can feast?
Oh, my client won't be there. He prefers that his minions perform menial tasks like acquiring his plaything.
I know the sort. Well, either way, we can still make it a dinner arrangement, and at least that way, I get a bit of meal on his dime.
Sure. We'll say evening then, and I'm sure that the blind pig will be able to provide you with a sumptuous meal. He smiles, and he does have all of his teeth, but there just seems something just dark, just grim about his demeanour, about this smile.
Do I get that feeling that there's like, I want to get away from this person, or stab him, or both?
Kind of
Yes.
both. Kind of both at this point.
Well, we will see you then.
You know, all I
Yes.
have to do is touch him. And I can cast a sleep spell or shit.
You sure you don't want to sample the goods
Oh
before you
no,
leave?
no! If I were to defile his new plaything, it wouldn't be a good idea for me. Just yes, make sure she's clean beforehand. He'll probably want her cleaned again, but you know how these people are. Take care of yourself, Master Dwarf. I will see you in 3 days.
I will see you then. What? May I have a name?
Oh, no names, Master Dwarf. No names, as he makes his way down the road.
Okay. I was really hoping Olivia would at least like lean him and say, "Oh, come on." I was really hoping, but I couldn't say anything.
Yeah, I can't risk that charm test. Sorry.
It was more meaning lean in on him and get the touch off.
Out of curiosity, what do you roll for charm?
Charm fellowship?
Fellowship.
No, like, what's your target?
Mine?
Oh, 39.
That's not terrible. Like, I roll 46.
That's
You know my luck, don't you?
I mean,
89.
yeah, that's a fair argument.
you both roll double me.
Look,
In fact, Carla rolls triple my charm.
look, you fail 100% of the rolls you don't take. You know what I'm saying?
True. I was really,
But you don't crit fail them.
I was really tempted to use my lucky charm on that failed willpower roll.
Do you not have any more fortune?
I'm out of fortune because I tried to avoid falling in the shit.
Isn't it like a charm to stop an attack?
There's a luck.
No.
No,
No,
it also acts as a fortune point as well.
But with a 1 in 10 chance of breaking.
Yeah.
But, well, shall we go, my dear? And kind of try to catch Carla's eye and like look at the guy who just left, but without trying to make it obvious.
Yeah, that went pretty well. I want to get out of this dress.
Oh, I'm sure our master will love to get you out of that dress. Just whispers, keep playing the part. We don't know if they have more ears. And I guess I escort you out of the brothel area.
Okay.
Carlo is gonna wait a bit until they leave, and then she's gonna follow them.
Okay, sure.
So it doesn't look like she's blatantly following them, but
Yeah, no, you can do that.
that's
That's
the plan
perfectly
anyway.
fine. So you all casually make your way out, trying not to look like you're following each other or moving as a group, and you make your way out of the brothel district. So at this time, we jump back over to the dragon. The group who went to the brothel district have just left, as about 25 minutes goes by as the two individuals in the bar continue to drink and have just quiet conversation. before one of them, the bold man with deep sunken eyes, he gets up and gives his friend a farewell, and he leaves.
Riley's just gonna look at Casper.
Whilst coughing inconspicuously.
Dramatic coughing.
I guess he wants me to follow him, so I'll give Tiffany a kiss and slide her two gold coins, and I'll get up.
Sure.
I'll wait a little bit before, as soon as the guy leaves, then I'll get up and go.
Okay, so as the bold man leaves, he exits through the door, and he makes his way to about the start of C7 before you exit yourself. So he's a good 15 meters ahead of you. I think in real life terms. Yeah, no, he's about 10 meters ahead of you as you're walking, as he makes his way across the courtyard.
I'm gonna fall behind him, 15 steps behind him, because I am technically faster than him naturally. So long as I don't, miss him, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try to hide, be inconspicuous as I'm moving. But
Sure.
should I roll a?
Yep, either a concealment or a silent move.
Sure.
Okay, so as he makes his way, he walks across across the courtyard of C7, and he makes his way along to C41.
Sorry.
As he gets to C41, he waits for a little while and looks around, but not paying you any attention whatsoever. After 10 minutes, he carries on walking, making his way to Commercial Way. Once getting onto Commercial Way, he stops off again and looking around, trying to keep an eye out for anyone following him. Can you make me another concealment?
Sure. Still pass, but could have been better.
Okay. So as he is at Commercial Way, or B7, he begins to whistle a little tune as he makes his way across the road and closer towards Cheap Street. As you're following him, you recognise the area that he's walking along and the area that he's walking to. As he gets to Cheap Street, he continues to whistle and he walks down the same alleyway as before.
As before, as in, you mean as the charlatan?
Maybe.
Oh no.
Maybe.
We split the party. Oh no.
Do you continue to follow? Aurelia?
Oops, sorry, I was muted. I'll move. I'll still follow him, but I'll be more careful. I'm gonna let him be a little further ahead of me. And if he turns to go to the same gang hideout, I'm just gonna reach the corner, stop, look at something on my foot, look to see if he's going in, and then I'm just gonna keep going and go back.
Okay. So, as you make your way, you slow down a little bit and you take it a little bit slower. You can still hear his whistling. It's further off into the distance. You can hear it getting further away from your location. Do you, as you said, you said you get to the alleyway where the charlatan went down.
Yeah, the thing is, the way I'm picturing this is basically like, hold up, there's the alleyway here, right? And he's going, where is it?
Oh no. It's fine. It's fine. Here you go. Here you go. This is probably better for you.
Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Okay, so where would we be in this map?
Oh, sorry. I was clicking on the Soon Raccoon screen.
Okay, we're there. And where is the gang hideout? Is it here?
It's down that alleyway. You'd have to go down there.
Oh, hold up. I didn't see it.
Sorry, my Roll20 is freaking out again because it likes freaking out. Wait.
Is this bit up here supposed to be visible?
Be careful not to try and move multiple tokens, because for whatever reason my Roll20 freaks out when I try to do that.
You see nothing.
I saw some things over here. If that's what you mean.
So you know that. So last time you walked all the way down here, and then you came out along here, and then you saw the building down this way. So from where you are, you need to go through a couple of back alleys to get into, I believe it's Blind Street.
So here's the thing. If I get here and look this way, he's going this way, right?
Yes, you saw him go down this alleyway. Yes.
Okay, and do I know which way the hideout is? It was this way, right?
Yeah, you know that you'd have to come like over here, down here, and then you'd be at the house.
Is there any other way from my memory out of here, or was this basically a dead end road?
No, it does carry on going down south. There are other little areas like small shacks and shanties and all sorts in the area. But you know their house was down in this bit.
Okay. I'm just gonna watch him if he turns this way. Oh.
So you gave him more time as he went down the corner. So if we went for, we said 10 meters. So it should be squares. It's on squares, for fuck's sake. It's on squares now, but it should be meters. You gave him a little bit more. So if we said 14, then as you get to there, then he is, he's making his way. He would be around here. I should just put a token down for him. But
what is this guy here doing here?
just a peasant. Just a peasant sat there in the corner, destitute.
He wants to pop you.
Just a random peasant with a stick. Just don't worry about it.
Don't worry, that has a very pokey end.
I'm gonna go down up to here where I can see all the way in to the end of the street, and I'm just gonna look at my foot, and then look at him. And if he turns this way, I'm just gonna go like, "Oh God damn it!" And I'm gonna let him be further away from me, even up to 25 squares in this case.
Okay, so you'll give him some more distance. Okay, so as he comes down this way, you notice that he turns the other way. He comes down further south.
I was gonna look to the sky and say, "Fuck my life."
The sneakiest sneak you've ever snipped.
The whistling gets further into the distance.
Scale the roofs. Follow him from the rooftops.
So,
do I know where
Assassin's
this
Creed.
alleyway ends? I can try to scale the sheer surface and go up to the roof, but don't have that.
so you're around in this area here at the moment. You've seen him. You saw him come off down this way. Do you want to come into this area here and look down to see where he's gone?
No, not really, because I don't have backup and this is enemy territory. I do want to torch this entire area, so I'm just gonna slowly move back and see if there's another way over to this area.
Okay, so you back off for now. You decide that it's not worth going down that way. You go back onto the main street and you decide to head down further into this shanty-like area. Unfortunately, you come across a group of houses that actually blocks off this street, and it appears as if you have to go back up to the weird statue and then actually off. Soon Raccoon, show her the way. You have to go that way. So sadly, there is no way that you can see from this side to get round. But perhaps from the other road, you might be able to find a way.
God damn it! I really wish I had scale sheer surface right now, and it wasn't strength. Yeah.
I mean, I would. Where the peasant sitting on he is sitting on like some log. Well, would there really be logs there? He's probably sitting on a pile of trash and like a barrel. So it wouldn't be difficult for you to get up onto the roofs, but you would have to leap across them.
Oh, leaping is not that hard. I can leap 8 feet without a problem.
Leaping is not that hard, he says before he breaks both of his legs.
I can leap 8 feet, meter squares, without having to roll anything. So
You can leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Wait, what's happening now?
I'm trying to get Henry to leap across buildings.
Do it.
Hardcore parkour.
Yeah. Parkour.
On his own.
Parkour.
this type of leap is not that big of a deal for Auralia, because like I said, I can leap 8 squares without any rolls. Fuck my life. This is gonna be so bad. I'm gonna approach this peasant like, excuse me. I'm gonna go up the roof.
Stand on his head.
Okay, so you're getting up onto the roof. Now, you're not... are you trying to do this quickly, or are you just going to take your time to get up onto the roof?
I'll take my time to do it quietly.
Okay. So, you take your time and you're able to climb up onto the roof. You take, a couple of combat turns, essentially. You're not, in any rush, but you still don't want to hang about too long. You get up onto the roof. The whistling can be heard in the distance. So do you want to place yourself onto the roof?
This
Yeah.
would I have been able to follow?
No.
Wait, you were with us though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Yeah,
with a
I would
completely
have
different
followed
group.
you around behind, but
Yeah, no, you're with a completely
That was
different group. So
Yeah.
you don't even know this is going on at the moment.
Unless you climbed onto the rooftop and saw her.
sorry for the confusion, but
No, that's cool.
So now we're with the group that's following the two
No,
dudes in
no.
the tavern.
Now you're currently you're in the brothel area, and you've just seen. No, you're currently in the brothel area, and an hour hasn't passed for your group back. This is why splitting the group party can be really confusing, because we've gone back in time.
Okay.
So, Aurelia, you climb onto the rooftop, and from the rooftop you can see that there's another peasant who's currently looking at you like, what the?
I'm exercising, sir. Go back to your room.
Fucking knife is fucking jumping all over the fucking roofs.
Ooh.
I'll stab you in the ribs.
Everyone's gonna shake her like, yeah, it's fair. It's a bit weird.
Oh, look, an elf is doing Hatkopaku! Let's stab her. Human
Alright.
condition.
Gotta wonder now, how much would a tailor charge for 2 of those t-shirts for our elves?
If you're mocking the ends of the houses, like this is a 5-meter jump, easy. This would be, I think this is the edge of the house, right? Right here.
Yeah.
I could jump here.
The other ones are more difficult. I'd have to do freehand, so yeah.
Yeah, and from here to here.
Damn, she's jumping sideways.
True
Now you're
hardcore skill.
just showing. Now you're just showing off.
Still within my reach.
You sure? Okay.
And if I grab the skill from the duelist, I could jump even further, but I don't have it yet.
Don't forget, your stunning jump is
Determined.
half.
Aurelia. Aurelia. As you jump onto the roof, you would notice that the music, the whistling stops. And
Shit.
you see an individual who is currently aiming a bow. He was, to be fair, aiming a bow round a corner. After seeing you leap across, he changes his aim. So he doesn't have a full aim, which is what he did have. Instead, he just gets to take a shot, which is far, far better, considering these guys actually have decent ballistic skill when they aim, anyway. Now...
Cool.
Oh shit! It's the bowmaster from the Helm's Deep.
Unfortunately, I can't dodge this.
No,
but
you can't
No,
dodge.
no, you can't.
You couldn't even if you wanted to.
The thing I want to ask though is, does he? He's firing from the street up, right? Can he see my legs from the street?
I
This is
will
splendid stuff, yeah.
I will actually give you that. So your legs would be so I need to remember if cover works the same in. I think cover just gives you a minus to your hit in this.
Shoot her in the kneecap.
I think it just gives you a straight up, rather than giving you AP to body parts like Dark Heresy. I think it gives you minuses. So
Yeah, even if he hits me in the leg, just roll for it and let's see what he gets.
I'll tell you what. I'll say that as long as he doesn't roll a 10, he doesn't hit you. If he rolls a 10, then his arrow breaks off part of the tile and still hits you, but with reduced damage. Oof! Oh, actually, no. There's a +3. There's a +3, so it's a 6.
That was close.
Almost.
So an arrow pings off the roof tiles at you, Aurelia.
I'm gonna look at this dude and she's gonna draw her bow and fire 2 arrows.
It's like, you done fucked up.
Sure, you can. You could do that.
I do have to ask. I quick draw the bow and fire 2 arrows because quick draw plus quick reload.
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
I do have to ask. Do I get that bonus because I'm high?
High ground.
Yeah, from high ground. I don't remember.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
Yes, you'd get a +10, I think.
What? Why is there a guy from Araby here?
Because that's a token.
Jesus Christ.
Archer off.
Fucking hell.
Okay, so let me just double check. So he can't block, so if you want to roll damage.
Oh god.
Oof. Oof. That is-
Okay, so the first one to the right arm for 11 damage. I reduce 2 the armor.
Technically it's AP -2.
I think he might be dead.
Probably not.
Or very, very wounded.
The second damage wasn't good enough. I rolled a
So
2 on a
as-
D10.
As your... Hang on. No, did I just forget what it was? No, it was... Yeah, okay. So as your 2 arrows strike him, one in the shoulder, one in the chest, he goes down, but gets back up, shouting, "The fucking knife is on the roof! Get her!" As he shouts that, one individual takes a half move from out the shadows and fires a bow.
Time to run.
Yep.
Tactical retreat.
He misses. Another individual steps out from the shadows. And he doesn't step out from the shadows. Does he have quick draw? They have that, and that. No, they don't. So half action draws a new weapon. Half action loads. You're up.
Iral is gonna give them a small salute and say, "See ya, chums. Time to go." I'm gonna jump here. It's technically a little less because, technically I've jumped here and got on 7.
That is a full action.
Yeah, I'm jumping and I'm technically in cover from them.
Yeah, they can't.
Oh, actually, no. He would run, because let's face it, he's just been shot. So from there to there to there.
Goddamn
To
knife
there.
is ruining everything.
Yeah, I know,
To
right?
there
We should
Wait,
to there
we should shave them.
to there.
Mhm.
I'm your friendly, you.
So your turn.
I'm going to fire an arrow and then move here.
We're shaving them now?
You said you're friendly, and now I imagine
This is
Aurelia
the guy that-
jumping over the roofs, yelling, "Friendly and Cherno!"
This is the guy that was wounded, right?
Yes, you can see 2 arrows sticking out of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire a single shot at him before I move.
You sure?
So,
You do indeed hit.
bloop. Oh, beautiful.
Okay, so from last time I removed that from there, so that goes down to there. So he gets shot in the right arm, but as the arrow hits his clavicle, the arrow shifts mid-air and just spins off the bone straight into his throat as he hits the floor kneeling, blood spurting out of his throat, and he dies. The other one's going to take an aim shot. And with the... Oh, hang on, the other
Wasn't
one's...
that a half an action? Yeah, because that was half action and then I would have moved.
Okay, so
5.
half action, then you move.
Yeah, I can move one more, so let me just go back and do this again. So from here, I would move here. Let me just calculate. Yep, I can jump here.
So I made a mistake with that last bow shot. No, the first bow shot. There should have been another +10 to it, but that's my mistake. Okay, so you move to there then. Okay, so on their turn, this dude is going to run to here. He could probably run a bit further than that, but this dude is going to shoot an arrow up at you. These aren't, you are in a shanty town. These are not very high buildings. Although if you fall
No,
off,
I
you're not
don't.
going to take much damage. So
I don't mind it.
in the right arm. So no avoiding it this time. Huh.
10 damage, that's -4 from my armor plus my toughness.
Wait, you're actually wearing armor? What is this heresy?
So I took 6 damage, that brings me down to 9 wounds.
Sure.
Okay.
You are up.
Even though I'm. Thing is, I have to jump here to get down, right?
If you can jump off anywhere you want, but if you jump off here, off this thing, onto this thing, and then off, I won't make you do a test for it. You'll just use up twice your movement.
I'll just jump here then.
Whereas if you want to jump onto the floor, you will have to do a test.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
So that's your action, your turn. This dude comes to here and puts away his bow and draws his sword. This dude is going to take another shot. And actually, no. So with the second, I feel as if I'm fucking something up with theirs, but I'll have to. No, so here now it's. I think now it's where it is. So he has to reload, which is half an action. So he cannot aim with this shot at you.
Yeah, the only reason why I don't have to worry about it is because I have quick reroll, because reloading a bow is half an action.
Yeah. So, and I think it's where the first one shot, then the second one moved. No, I didn't give him a. I don't know where I fucked up. Yeah, I might not have fucked up. So the other guy misses dramatically at your Aurelia. It's your turn.
This guy over here, he drew a sword, right?
Yes.
How's he planning? I'll throw it.
Okay,
I
yeet
don't
a magical
know.
sword.
I don't know. What could he be planning?
No, I'm gonna take this opportunity to fire 2 arrows at this dude then.
Fair enough.
So, bloop, and bloop, which would make bloop and bloop. Oh, beautiful.
Holy crap!
Sorry,
Yeah,
have you
he's dead.
stolen Ragnar's attacks?
Seems like it.
Which
seem
would make
like
my Uric Fury. I'm gonna roll for Uric Fury. My base target is 92.
Jesus!
So
Holy shit.
that's a total of 30 damage to that guy down there.
So yeah, he's dead. He's very much dead.
Rel's gonna be grinning the entire time, even though there is an arrow sticking out of her, and she's just gonna go like, "That makes 2. Moray Hag is probably feasting tonight," and she's gonna look at the guy that drew the sword.
Puts away sword, draws bow. Oh no, because that's a full action.
He
That's
screams over.
a full action. He shouts out with his. Oh, actually no. He draws his shield, half action, and he shouts out, "The fucking knife is killing us! Get out here, boys!" Your turn.
Time to go. But I'm gonna. The thing is, I don't see anybody else. I'm gonna take this moment to try to fire 2 arrows at that dude down there, just to make sure.
Do a leap of faith on him.
And how much does the shield give me? It's minus 10
Minus
or
20. Minus 20.
That would make my target 82. So.
Jesus Christ.
Boop, boop.
Okay, so he takes.
You rolled twice for once.
Please don't jinx me.
I think. Hang on, I closed their sheet by accident. Damn it.
I really hope that kills him so I can just run the fuck out of this place.
What's their health? Yes. No, he dies. He dies.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. Oh, thank Isha and Morai Hag in this case.
So
as
as he dies after your shot, it's their turn, and you see in the distance more men.
I'm just gonna book it as soon as it is my turn.
It's your turn.
Reli's gonna, I get grin, say, "See you later, boys," and she's gonna going down. It's 3, so that would be 6, and I can move 15. So that's okay. 6, I can move 11.
Well, you found their hideout now.
Oh, I already knew
We
about
found
this.
the hideout last time.
That's the problem. These people know me.
We gained literally nothing.
That's why I was like, oh shit, this is such a bad idea. Can I do something while I'm going down? Because if this peasant is still here just baffled by my actions, I would toss a gold coin to him.
Sure, you can. I'll allow that. Quickly flipping a gold coin out.
I'll just wink at him and flip a gold coin and just run.
Sure.
Sorry about your roof.
So they would get to there. He would get to up there. I should really check to see how much their run is, but I'm going to be nice. Just say it's 14 for now because I set a precedent. So from here, he cannot see you. From here, he cannot see you because of the building. So on your turn, it appears as if you can make a clean getaway.
I'd be surprised if they more than 14 runs. I have 16 movement, or I have 6 movement at 18.
Isn't it the with movement of 4, their move would be 12, I believe, wouldn't it? But it's fine.
Yeah. It's like 12, 15, or 18.
Yeah,
I'm still faster than them, so it's
I've just
fine.
come off moving Skaven. Give you a break. I was used to 5 and 6s.
True.
It's like, oh, okay, you got little fuckers can move far. Oh, okay, they technically should have been a bit further back, but you dash off into the darkness.
It's a human chasing an elf. It's not going to happen.
No, they come round the corner and they just don't know where she is. So by the time they come out, they're not going to be able to see because this area is quite winding and it's quite easy to get lost in Shantytown. So you dart off into the darkness, Aurelia. You just fire off your last arrow, jump down off of a roof, taking enough time to quickly flick a gold coin in front of the peasant's feet, saying, "You saw nothing!" as you run off into
No,
Shantytown.
she literally just said, "Sorry for your roof," and just ran out.
You can hear people barking in the distance. Fucking hell! What the? How'd they take her out? Where'd she go? Not she. Where the knife is, because they only know that you're a knife ears. That's all. And as you run back to your comrades, how long would have passed? Well, let's have a quick measure out. I believe it's like 15 minutes from. It's about. So
Sorry, go ahead.
it takes you about 40 minutes to get there and back. With your shenanigans on the roof, let's say you're about an hour in. So for the group back at the brothel street, you have just seen the individual walking around towards the south, and he's making his way up towards the Gigolo place.
Just one thing. As soon as I'm out of sight, I'm gonna snap the back end of the arrow and just leave a tiny bit of the arrow on my arm, because an elf running with an arrow stuck to her arm would raise a bit of would raise some suspicion. So
Okay,
for now,
sure.
I'm just going.
Toughness test, please.
Sure.
Plus 20.
I'm not pulling the arrow out. I'm just snapping the thing. So but
Takes
for
a lot of
snapping-
takes a lot of pressure to snap an arrow shaft.
True.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Depends on the shaft, I
You
suppose.
bite your lip as you snap the shaft off. It hurts like fucking hell, but you don't let out any sounds as you dart off into the darkness of the alleys of Shantytown.
I can imagine them figuring out you're a woman if they let out a yelp.
Yeah.
Sounded rather feminine.
Yep, that's what I was going for. But no, you were quite hard as nails, balls of steel, and all that nonsense.
Not balls.
Not balls. Tits of steel in this case.
I mean, you do still technically have bows just on the inside.
Itty bitty steely titty.
I mean, the clit is not the same thing, dude.
I know.
And also, the clit is technically the penis, not the balls.
What did I come back to?
Yes.
Don't worry.
Itty bitty steely committee.
Gender assignment surgery 101. Disgusting. So
The balls are on the inside now.
I mean, I know how to deal with that.
So
Pliers.
is that what we're doing with Blackhand then?
Yes, he has a fitness dress somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So,
We're going
would
to
you
hell.
would you make your way back towards the group, Aurelia, or would you try and go through other back alleys and lead them on a bit of a goose chase?
I'll lead them on a bit of a goose chase, and then I'll... Because over here is technically already a safe zone, so
Yes.
as soon as I reach this place, I'm just gonna cover my left arm with a bit of my cloak and just keep moving.
Sure. Okay. So, about an hour has passed since you went off. Do you go back to the dragon, or do you go back to the Three Crowns?
As much as I would love having Tiffany help me clean up, I think fuck it, I'll go to the dragon.
Sure. So you go back to the dragon. The bouncers are concerned, but
They shouldn't. I have a bit of a cloak covering my arm.
okay.
But
So you are covering your arm up.
Yeah.
Because again,
think I still
blood
have
does spread, and it is quite vibrant in the medieval period. But okay, so you've got your cloak over, so you're covering the wound completely and the clothing. So you make your way in. The bouncers are a little bit taken aback because you've just left and then you're coming back. Perhaps you're a bit sweatier than what you were when you left.
Twice in the same night, I had that stamina.
They open the door, and as the door opens, you can see that your party is still in there, enjoying the delicacies that are on offer.
I'm gonna go sit. I don't think the rest of the parties are just Casper and Blackhand, right?
So I do have to again go back
No,
in
Blackhand
time.
was with us.
No, Blackhand went with went with Carla. I do have to go back in time yet again because half an hour after the bald haired dude leaves, you, Casper, would notice that the blonde haired gentleman also leaves.
Okay.
Someone took the Inception horn. So this is getting too
Wow.
real.
Can I just say, before all that, like about 2 or 3 minutes after Aurelia leaves, I just kind of go, "What's she like?"
The girl kind of smiles and, client confidentiality, I'm afraid. Sorry, sweetheart.
And I smile, I sip her silver, and go back to my table.
Someone wants to tap that.
Plus, she specialises in ladies. Who knows? Maybe only ladies. I'm sure enough gold will change that. So, anyway, moving on.
Or at least we'll give you the answer.
Was that a metaphor for real life? Who knows?
I mean, Rel is 125. Probably all he would get is experienced.
But that Camry TV meme is just even more usable now.
So, would anyone follow the blonde-haired gentleman?
I believe it's just me, so yes.
If I do reach the place, I will ask the bouncers if my body's still there. If they're not, I'll just get to the 3 crowns. Well, let's see what happens.
We'll find out. So, Casper, you follow the blonde-haired gentleman.
Yep.
Okay. So as he gets into the centre of the courtyard, you leave. Essentially, you've given him a bit of space, much like Aurelia did. Can you give me either a silent move or a concealment as he makes his way?
No way I can get a bonus for that somewhere. Is there?
Not at the moment, but he does take negatives because there are people about.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't think it matters either way. Concealment. Oh,
No, that's not bad. So he makes his way to Highgate, which is X3. As he makes his way, you try and blend in with the crowd and move along with them and follow the course of traffic. But as you come along towards Highgate, the influx of people does slow down. It's more nobility coming and going. A lot more carriages seem to pass through these gates at this hour. But you're able to follow him up to Highgate as he pays and crosses over. Do you follow him further on into the noble and temple districts?
Yes. What, 2 gold or 2 brass pennies?
2 brass pennies, that's correct. So as he makes his way through past A12, can you give me another concealment or silent move test?
This is where there's not as many difficulties, so fuck. Nothing, please be kind. Oh, fuck.
Okay, so as he makes his way through, he comes up to W1. I'm not even gonna. Emma, no, I'm not even gonna try. He makes his way to W1, and from there he stops and he seems to go down a. He goes down a little side alley, but because it's a nicer area, it's more like the main road in the shanty town. He goes down a side alley, and you have to kind of speed up to catch up with him.
No, that's no problem.
So as you get up to the side alley where he went down, give me a perception test with a -20.
Oh, son of a...
Oh.
So
No!
you look down and you just don't know where he went. You can see that the alley divides into 2, so you could attempt going to the end of the alley and looking to see if you can catch up with him, but that would be up to you.
Right, so I have 1 or 2 options basically, left or right.
Yes.
Right. Left.
Okay. So as you get to the end of the alleyway, you look left, look right, you take the left route. Just 50-50 chance, what's there to lose? You take the left route and you walk down another alleyway, and it's another left or right choice. But you don't see him. Do you want to give me a perception test to see if you can see any trace of him? There would be a -30 this time.
Yeah. That's best I've got. Ah, hey!
So as you go down the left-hand path, you walk down and you're left with another choice. You think to yourself, right, which way? Which way? Are there any clues? Are there any clues? and then you hear someone from behind you. Oi, watch it! Do you not know who I am? Don't walk away from me. Where are you going? The right-hand path from behind you.
Ah.
So you quickly go back, choosing the right-hand path. You don't see anyone there, so you walk all the way down with a hurried pace, and then you see a rather drunk, red-faced nobleman in a pathway, kind of talking to himself. Bloody idiot, watching where he's barging into me like that. You move quickly past him and get to another left-right option. However, this time, when you look left, you can see that it's a dead end. Give me a perception test. As you look to the left, there is a minus... I actually think it's a minus 40. I need to check this.
So minus 40 perception test?
Yeah, do a minus 40 for now.
Oh, son of a... 7 off.
Okay,
Ah!
so it should be a minus 30. So you have succeeded by 1 degree. 1 degree and 1 for passing, so you get 2 degrees of success. So as you look down the left-hand side, you see that it's a dead end. But for whatever reason, you don't accept this. As you walk down towards the end, you look at the brickwork on the side of one of the walls, and as you look up, you can see that it's quite a fine building. You've moved further than what you thought. Are you near an estate? You look up and the brickwork is much finer and much larger stonework towards the top, but for some reason towards the bottom, about the first floor of this building is made up of smaller bricks. And as you look at the bricks, there's something not quite right about this area. Can you give me, I believe it's investigation, but I need to double check.
Search?
That's the one, search. There's... Yes, search.
Oh yeah, search is actually a skill in this.
I actually have a tree.
So as you look round the area, you just can't see if there are loose bricks, if there is a passage here, you can't quite tell. But you're sure there's something here. Perhaps one of the dwarves may know. They are specialised in masonry in some respects, but you just cannot see there being any moving parts to this wall. It will take you, this whole trip has taken you, let's get out the measuring tool.
Can I make a mental note of where I am?
Yes, you can. I'll actually put a dot on the map for you.
Thank you.
So it's taken you about 20 minutes. So Olivia, to answer your question, I think you only see Ragnar in the dragon.
Oh, gee, dog. Well done.
There you go. You have a mark of where you think he ended up. Well, you know, this is the wall, the alley that has the wall that you're suspicious of. It's actually next to A23, unless I got it wrong, and it should have been. Oh, I've got it. No. I am right. It is the Richthofen estate. It's actually not the Richthofen estate, but I wanted it to be on an estate.
Without the zombies.
No zombies yet. So,
Any
Casper,
rogues?
what would you do here? Would you try and investigate further, or would you call it and head back?
I'd investigate a little bit longer and then just head back if I don't get anything.
Okay, sure. So you spend another 10 minutes. You can do another search test.
Okay.
And then can you give me a perception test with a -10? As you're searching, you do find that there are a number of bricks that you can jiggle. You can't push them in far enough, and you're not sure if there must be a code, because the number of bricks that you found, you can jiggle them a little bit, but they don't go any further, and you get the feeling that they should go further. But after your 10 minutes of searching and finding the bricks, you hear armoured footsteps around your area, and a guard declaring, what would the time be? It was, so 9 bells and all clear. City watch, moving on. As it appears as if the city watch, or the watchmen, are patrolling this area. You do hear also further down the individual who was talking earlier about someone bumping into them. You can just make out his voice in the distance, but you're not sure what he's saying.
Okay. By the way, that should be 71. I mustn't hit the 0.
Righto.
Okay.
So would you like to spend another 10 minutes searching again, or well, no, it wouldn't be search now, because you found the bricks. You need to figure out the code, so I imagine that would be an intelligence profession, I would think. I don't think it'd be flat up intelligence.
I ain't got profession, so
I can't think for the minute what would be code breaking, if it would come under one of the basic skills. I don't think it would.
Actually, speak the language actually is code breaking. But usually it's tied to a specific language, like classical, Reichspiel, Bretonnian, etc.
Yeah, this would be more for like
secret signs, maybe.
Secret signs
yeah.
would work. Secret signs would work.
I don't have secret signs yet. So apparently lawyers get them.
I'd probably say you could do intelligence, but there would be a minus. To make the other skills more relevant, there'd have to be at least a -30 to it. Say 20. Say 20.
So speak language, something?
Intelligence -20 you could do.
Okay.
And who knows? I will say that you spend twice as long on this, so this will be a 20-minute long endeavour, as you're just trying to like try different codes and different combinations of bricks.
Okay. Holy.
Okay, so as you're probing around, it takes you you're about 10 minutes into your 20-minute long endeavour when one of the bricks slots in. You have one of the codes. You know which one's first, and then you push another brick, and that brick pushes out again. So you push that brick in, and then you try another brick, and then, okay, you go for another one, and another one, and just as the 20 minutes are up, you get the second brick. There are 6 in total before you hear a voice. No, roll me a perception with a... You're in the zone at the moment. I'll just say a -10.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So as you're in the zone and you're just tapping away at this wall, and the second one... Oi! What are you doing there? As you turn round, a watchman is stood. You're at the end of the alley, and he's at the start of it, doing his patrols, looking down alleyways as he goes. So there is a decent distance between you two. This is a noble area, so they wouldn't have trash out just in piles of trash. They'd have barrels. So
Yeah.
I'll say there's at least 2 barrels, kind of shielding you a little bit. But you are still an individual who's poking on a nobleman's wall.
Yeah.
Play the crazy card.
No. No, that's a terrible idea for the noble's quarter. If I were to play drunk, would I still be able to use my charm instead of like perform or something?
You could... If you gave me a performance check, you could apply the bonus to your charm
I don't
check.
have performance, you see. That's the thing.
If you can act a bit tipsy, a little bit, but to act blind, stinking drunk, you would need to do a performance.
Right.
But to act like as if you've had a few drinks, that would work. That's fine.
I only have a couple of drinks,
Oh.
officer.
Oh shit.
I like how this turned into a massive excursion.
I know, right?
It's
On the
amazing.
bright side, you still don't have an arrow sticking out of your arm, so you're fine.
True. Yes.
True. I also didn't have to dress up as a hooker.
Yet.
Yet. Don't worry, even
Don't
Ragnar will
tempt me.
get there.
That's
Don't
not
tempt me.
happening.
What are you doing down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna act tipsy. I was like, sorry, sir. I could have sworn I saw my friend go down here, but I thought there was a door.
You didn't happen to bump into a nobleman earlier, did you?
Oh no. I saw someone else that did. Do you think he went? I'll point down the other direction of the alleyway. He went down that way about like, what, 10, 20 minutes ago.
Charm test, please.
Sure.
This
Minus
guy's-
10 because he is. No, never mind.
This
Okay.
guy's free food.
As you kind of look up at him, he looks at you and. I'd stop drinking if I was you. You look a little bit sick to me, but thank you very much. I'll go and check up this way, and he makes his way up.
Good night, officer. And then I'll just
Feed.
Give him the
no, not
stuff.
yet.
So you have 2.
No, I need to get dressed up for that.
So you have 2 of a 6 brick combination. I was going to say digit, but it's not, is it? It's brick. It's up to you what you'd like to do now.
Right. I'll just make a mental note and head back. I need to get everyone else.
Sure.
I
So-
also need to be somewhere safe before I decide to chomp on something.
Or someone.
Someone is the
Mostly
something.
someone.
It won't be someone after I'm done with them.
Oof.
Carla still doesn't know, but you people think she knows.
So, as Aurelia comes back to the dragon, she can see that Ragnar is still there. So going in, because I believe Ragnar would be the only one who would still be left. Going in to
Ragnar?
tell.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Oh, sorry.
what?
No, sorry.
Gone.
Sorry, no, it was only
Wait.
2 of you. It was only 2 of you left. So yeah, Aurelia getting back to the dragon, seeing that there's no one there, goes off to the 3 crowns. Casper coming back because he takes 70 minutes into a half an hour adventure from Aurelia.
I
Gets
love
back
it.
and there's no one there at
We
the
all
at the
just
dragon.
miss each other.
Kind of. So as the rest of the group gets back, there's no one at the dragon. So you head back to the 3 crowns, and that is where the camera zooms out as the 4 enter in. One, oh well, I suppose Livia could drop the dress off, but we'll save that for another time. The group finally re-emerge together after a night of excitement, adventure, putting the GM on the spot to create a different kind of adventure than he had planned. I've been waiting to deliver this fucking message from the elves for so long. For so long.
I've been bumbling around a fucking alleyway for the past half an hour, just pressing a wall.
But we'll find out what the elves have to say in the next episode when we finally get on to the next morning. And what will the group have to say about this hidden doorway in the nobles' quarter? And what is going on? And what is going on in Shady Town with the missing prostitutes and I can't remember the other word. I had it. Blackmailed? Yeah, blackmailed noblewomen. We'll find out in the next episode and
most
episodes to come.
importantly, what's up with Casper's diet?
Excellent. So many clues for them to go down. They've completely forgotten about the ultimate threat. Yes. We will see you all in the next episode. So, take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.